Noah from ExtremeTerrain here. This is the Skeerdy catalytic converter anti-theft device and skid plate for the 2006 and newer Tacoma. Now, one great way to not only protect your vehicle, but to protect the whole undercarriage in general is a skid plate like this one from Skeerdy. So if you're looking for some protection for the underside of your rig, this guy would be a great fit for you. Catalytic converter theft has really been ramping up lately, and it seems like every day I'm hearing from more and more people that have had their cat stolen right off their car overnight. Now, if you're looking for some undercarriage protection, this is sort of going to be the end-all be-all choice that's going to keep your rig protected. Now, catalytic converters contain tons of very valuable minerals, and people just steal them off of vehicles all the time to sell them scrap and cash out on the stuff inside of them. Now, the higher the vehicle, naturally, the easier it is for people to get underneath and cut stuff off. So, a truck is going to be an easy choice to rob, and a lifted truck would be even easier. So for Tacoma owners, and especially lifted Tacoma owners, this skid plate is kind of a must-have in my opinion. Hand in hand with cat protection is skid protection. Now, if you do any kind of off-roading or you just like driving over medians or something, I don't know, a skid plate will help keep the bottom parts of your motor protected as well. Now, let's face it, oil pans and transmission pans aren't very thick, and it's easy to goof them up. A Skeerdy skid plate is a great way to ensure that your rig is safe on any terrain. As far as construction goes, to take a beating, of course, this thing is going to be made from some decently thick steel. Now, everything here is coated black, so it's protected from the elements. That means it's not going to rust. It's going to stay strong and keep on protecting. This guy is designed to be just one piece, and it's going to be a rigid unit, and it'll all go together to make a nice, strong build underneath. And that's what's going to ward off any damage, whether a grinder or from a rock or something like that. This guy is designed to bolt right up, fit nicely, just like an OEM skid plate. Coming in around $420, this is going to be one of the most affordable skid plate options available for the Tacoma. I actually think that price is impressive, especially since all the mounting hardware comes fresh and new with the skid plate, so you don't have to reuse any crusty old bolts. Now, plus, catalytic converters new from the factory cost a fortune, so it's a great idea to protect them at all costs. You're in for an install difficulty of 1 out of 3 wrenches and only an hour for the install time. Like I said before, this guy bolts up really simply, just like a factory skid plate, so it shouldn't be any trouble for you at all. Speaking of install, let's take a closer look at that step by step over in the install bay.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, 7 and 8 millimeter sockets, and the included Skeerdy Torx bits.
What's up, guys? Today we're installing a catalytic converter cover on our Tacoma, so let's get started. So to install our cat cover, we have a couple threaded holes in the frame that we're going to be threading in our bolts to. On the front side, we have these 2 nut plates that we're going to have to slide up into the frame to be able to thread our bolts into those. So first we can come to our cross member here. We have our 2 nut plates that are going to be going into these 2 holes. So we can slide these up and into place and center them up with those holes. And then on the frame, we have these 2 threaded holes, and we only have 1 bolt for each side, so you'll pick the one that fits it best. So now we can raise that up and thread in our bolt. And the same thing on the other side. We also have a lock washer and a flat washer on these bolts. And then we can raise it up and get our thicker bolts for the 2 nut plates that we installed. You can get your finger into that middle hole to hold it in place. So now we can go ahead and tighten the bolts that are going into those threaded holes in the frame first. We have a Skeerdy Torx bit that can go right into a 7 millimeter socket, and then we can tighten that down. Then you'll do that same thing on the other side. Now for our larger bolts towards the front, we have a different Skeerdy Torx bit. This one will fit nicely in an 8 millimeter socket. And then we can tighten these down. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Skeerdy Cat catalytic converter, anti-theft device, and skid plate for your 2006 and newer Tacoma. Thank you for watching, and for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.